everybody, Anne Vavalisa here, certified face yoga instructor, and I'm going to talk about Botox versus face yoga. Now, Botox works by paralysing the muscle. It stops the nerve impulses to the muscle. So it paralyses and weakens the muscle. After Botox, the skin appears smooth because it's stretched on top of the muscle when the muscle is no longer contracting. However, this approach can actually cause more problems than it alleviates, and it can actually cause the very problems that it says it alleviates, which is anti-aging, and I will explain why. When a muscle is paralysed, it weakens and it atrophies. And when it atrophies, it's more susceptible to gravity and it tends to drop south. For some insane reason, I decide to inject in here and paralyse this muscle. What will happen? It'll become weaker, atrophied, and it will droop and it will hang south. It's more susceptible to gravity. So over time, Botox users say that they need more and more Botox, and it's because they're attempting to alleviate the problem that it has caused. Now, to add to the problems, the toxin will spread to neighbouring muscle where you didn't even want Botox to begin with, and that muscle tends to have the same drooping effect. So remember, gravity is working even as I speak to contribute to everything dropping down south, and we do not want that. We want everything plumped and raised. In fact, after time, Botox users will say that they look unrecognisable, that frozen zombie-like look. And this is why some Botox users decide not to use Botox anymore, like Kylie Minogue has recently stated that she's not going to use Botox anymore. So the other problem, and if we look again at the idea of the frozen tricep, when this muscle is no longer working properly, the neighbouring muscles also need to compensate for a muscle not working, and they might do this by stretching or overcompensating, which will give a distorted look, especially around our faces. Now, face yoga is similar to Botox because it relaxes the face muscles. You see, our face muscles tend to act involuntarily. For example, we tend to do things like we're squinting like this, or we're raising our eyebrows and causing all kinds of horizontal lines and the wrong lines around our mouth. So when there's a lot of tension in the face from that kind of wrinkling and using our face incorrectly, it tends to fall south. So face yoga works similarly to Botox because it relaxes the muscles, and that has a lifting effect over time. We will continue to compare Botox and face yoga. So with Botox, the muscle has atrophied and there's no nerve impulses to the muscle, and it means there's a lot less blood flow. So what does this mean? It means that our skin can kind of take on a greyish look, which along with the paralysing effect, it can look like the frozen zombie look. And you can always tell if somebody has Botox from a distance. Whereas face yoga works differently. It adds circulation to the face and it increases the blood flow to the face. It has a commute effect. Botox just spot works, as in like it'll just work on a particular area, especially, you know, the levenses or the horizontal lines. This is normally where people start getting Botox. So it just works on these areas only. Whereas face yoga, it helps to smooth the brow, decrease the allowances, raise our cheekbones, and have a sharper jawline, which is what we all want and adore, a lifted, plumper looking face. Now with Botox, because there's no blood flow and because the muscle isn't contracting, it's just going to stay frozen. The problem with this is that there's no collagen production. Now, if you're not familiar with collagen, collagen is the beautifying protein that we tend to see in 20-something-year-olds. They have a lovely blush, a lovely fresh, youthful look, which is what we all want and adore. And that's due to collagen. They have a lot of collagen still in their face. After the age of 21, we tend to lose collagen and collagen production stops in our faces, which is a scary, scary thought. We will have no more collagen production. So in order to compensate for that, we have to bring collagen back in our face. And one of the best ways and not known ways of doing that is with face yoga. Exercising your face correctly helps increase collagen production and elastin production. So it gives us that plumped, youthful, fresh look that we all want. Whereas Botox has the opposite effect because the muscles are just frozen. Face yoga will, it's the same effect as when you exercise your body. When you exercise your body, when you exercise a muscle, it's more plumped, it looks tighter, and the skin on top looks plumped and tighter. So the other thing about Botox is that it's actually a toxin, it's a poison. And when we put a poison into our body immediately wants to alleviate it. So we get our liver to work quite hard. Now, our livers are already overworked when you think about processed foods or fatty foods or alcohol, cigarettes, stress, a hectic lifestyle. Our liver is already working very hard to try and get rid of built up toxins, and most of the time our liver is overloaded anyway. So the next biggest detoxifying organ in the body is our skin. So you're actually putting a toxin into your skin, and then your skin is in effect trying to get rid of that toxin. So that's why your body is working very hard to break down that toxin, and you need to get the Botox every 3 months. Whereas face yoga works differently. It detoxifies your face especially. It helps the lymphatic drainage system of the face. It's helping smooth the brow. It's helping clear any toxins. And what that means for us is that we have less bags under the eyes, less dark circles, less of a puffy look. Remember, toxins in our skin will give you kind of a puffy look, a sharper jawline, and an overall more youthful effect. Botox masks the symptoms of what's happening underneath the skin with the muscle, whereas face yoga addresses the problems and corrects them. Botox is just a quick fix solution trying to look for instant results. Get a facial done, they often massage our face for us because that's detoxifying. It's bringing in blood flow and circulation into the face. So that does two things. It brings in nutrients and it gets rid of toxins. And face yoga will do that as well. It'll detoxify and bring in blood circulation. And if you think about all these moisturizers, they all have vitamin C and, you know, vitamin A. One of the best ways to get vitamin A and vitamin C into your skin is to have the blood flow bringing the nutrients into your skin, which is what face yoga does. And then again, there's the cost we have to consider. With Botox, it is 300 to 900 euros, 300 euros for a syringe, something like that. 300 to 900 euros every 3 months, that's a mortgage in itself. Whereas face yoga, when you consider the price, it's significantly cheaper. Face yoga, a consultation with me, you know, much more reasonable. You can learn how to do your own face yoga once I teach you how to do the exercises correctly. You must perform the exercises correctly in order to decrease wrinkles and erase any existing wrinkles. It works very well. So once you've learned how to do it properly, once I've taught you, you can do it at home yourself. You can build it into your daily routine, and in 20 minutes a day, you have a more beautiful, toned, firmed complexion. So I hope this encourages you to exercise your face more. So follow me on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe, like me on Facebook, and I'm available for private consultations on Skype or in the community centre, or I can visit you and I will be running classes too. Bye everybody.